Hey guys, Ravengirl here, and as you can see this is a bit of a different video to usual, but think of it as behind the scenes, if you will. So now at the minute, as you know, Easter's passed, or for me it's just about to start. So we're going to be preparing for the Easter look. Now I've got all of the face paints, so without any further ado, let's do this. So I'm going to be creating kind of a bunny look, just for a little fun. So I'm just going to start off with, I don't know, I'm not going to name brushes, these are paint brushes. We've got two cameras also, hi! So this is going to be a bit different to usual, but just let's do this. I'm going to dip into this quick white right here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to set out a guideline for what I'm going to do. So this is going to wash off afterwards. Okay, so yeah, that goes there. So yeah, this isn't going to stay here. It's just kind of a guideline for where it's all going to go. Okay, looks good. Just around the chin. There might not be a lot of talking in this video, I'm not 100% sure. So we'll just see how this goes. I look a bit weird here, don't I? But trust me, it'll look better when it's done. Right, let's find a reasonable brush. All of these are paint brushes. That should do it. So I'm just going to use this thing and dip into a bit of white. The eyes. Just gonna dry that off a bit. Get to work. So I'm just gonna, kind of like how you do with a shadow. Of course I don't use those, but just gonna do a bit of that. It's not gonna look great at the minute, but most of these looks look better when it's done. So the other one. I'll touch this all up when it's finished. So, I look ghostly now. Okay, what's next? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get a little bit, just a tiny bit of this black right here, not much. Just work that in as well over the top. Like that. Okay. Now, I don't have a palette or anything to mix stuff on, so I'm just going to be using my arm. So this is all just non-toxic, so it should be fine. Take this off. Let's see, we're going to need to go in with this thing. Back to this. I'm just going to mix up a nice pink. Again, just using my arm. The good thing about these paints, because I'm using face paint, is you can just use water again if it gets too dry. Why is it orange? Okay, it's orange. Try that again with some red this time. We don't want it too dark, just a nice normal colour. That looks good. We're just going to fill this in. Thanks. Now I think I want that to be a bit darker, so Take some more of this red here and dip that in. There we go. That's better. Bring that down a bit. Looks good. I'm just going to do the same with the other eye now. See how the guidelines are disappearing? We can work out all the main kinks of it afterwards. Ah! Poked myself in the eye. Just gonna dust that brush off. And let that dry a minute. Now I'm gonna take that same colour and just bring that down a bit, just along the guidelines. Like so. Again, we can just get rid of this white later on, just to guide you. Heck, you could even do this without the guidelines. I just prefer to do it with them, so I know where I'm going. Looks good. Okay, now we're just going to clean that up. Go for another brush if I can find it. Bring it into a point at the end if you can. Again, these aren't proper brushes, these are just paint brushes, so convenient that I'm using paint today instead of makeup. Just going to outline that a bit. Just going to dip back in. Make sure you can outline the wing. Down, like that. Same for the other side. Doesn't matter if it goes into your eyebrow, you won't be able to tell by the end of it. So what we're going to do now is just take the same brush, it's cleaned up now, and make sure you go underneath the wing as well. Usually I'd use a sharper brush, but remember you can just go over any imperfections later on. Right. Now for the fun part. We've got to make it look furry. Possibly can, so get it loaded out on there and just stroke up. Doesn't matter if it looks not great for the first go. The main idea now is to just give it a furry look if you can. So just with the very tip of your brush, my hair is falling out of place, hi. Bring it up. And now for the other side. Again, we'll be going over this side again later on. So think of this as kind of a blank guideline. So this guideline you actually have to do. So again, just brushing outwards. the strokes. Go back to the other one, go over that a bit. Just gonna make sure it's all right and perfect. Under the eye, just outline it. Great, so now what we're going to do is take a nice, bear with me here, that one, there we go. Nice brush like this, not too big, not too small, nice and fluffy. And what we're going to do is we're going to get that nice pink we made earlier and add a bit more red to it. All come out again. Just gotta make it darker. If you can, add a bit of purple, not too much. Just a smidge. See, just a little bit. Okay, let's see what that looks like. It's just a bit darker than the one above, you see? Add a bit more white, add a bit more of this, a bit more of that, you know? Add more white into that. Shoot. Again, you shouldn't have too much trouble with this. Just experiment a bit. You'll turn up with the right colour eventually. Now I'm getting paint all over the table, so whoops. So you're just going to go in right along here, just the outside. And just a little bit. You should be able to easily tell the difference in darkness, and if you can't, just add more purple. Let's go back in there. That's better. Just to create a little bit of depth. Like so. And that's the other side. Just keep switching between sides until you get what you're after. Like so. Now, this is going to look a bit weird for now, but trust me, it'll turn out looking better soon. Now, I'm just going to take, where's it gone? That nice angled brush I had earlier. And dip it in that white. And just go back to those strokes. This is just to add a final bit of layer. Side. It doesn't matter how big these get, the bigger the better. So it's okay if you mess it up a bit. Just like so. Right. Looks alright, don't it? Oh shoot. Okay, so this is a problem. But your best bet is just to leave it there just in case you want to go over something. So just wipe down the sides. Make sure nothing can escape, if you will. So you're just gonna dip into a black now with an angular brush-ish sort of thing, and just get it nice and dark on. So what you're gonna do, you're just gonna where the creases. Follow the wing, come back down. We'll go over that again with the white in a minute. Just do the same with the other side. Remember, it's okay if it doesn't look the best at the minute. But it'll turn out better later on. And as you can see, it's gone all up in the top. What we're going to do now is just around here. Now, I know it doesn't look great at the minute, but trust me, I'm just going to wait for this black to dry while I do this, and it'll turn out fine. So we are going to need to get rid of some of this to make room, if you will. Dip that. Okay, like so. Go in there, follow the guidelines around your nose. And just paint that in. It might look a bit bitty for a minute, it'll fix itself up quickly. Just under the eye. Just to clean up that black a bit. Quite fond of this at the minute. You can get that white, and we're just going to ever so gently follow where that black is in just a couple of strokes, nothing too much. What we're going to do is, now that that is reasonably dry, it's going to get that tiny little brush again. And just a little bit of shine. I could have really gone for a brighter red here, but hey, it's fine. Just outline that. Now this is where it all comes together. So we're going to want to clean off that white because it's gotten a bit reddish real quick. And we're going to want to get a nice little sponge. Now you would have mapped out already where you're going to go at the beginning. So we're going to get some water in this, which I don't have, so again, I'll be right back. Right, so you're just going to get a clean sponge. That's not clean. You get a clean sponge. And just dip it in some water very gently. Don't need too much on there, it won't work. Have that dry a bit. And go right into the white. Just smush it in there. With a coated brush. And just dab it on. The camera's just cut out, so you've just got it from this angle now. doesn't matter if you go out the guidelines a bit more water if you need to. That cleaned it, there we go. That should do it. And we'll clean this up in a bit, we're just getting the basic idea of it. Ah, that's not edible. Don't have to worry about the edges just yet. Now we do. Let's get that nice little tiny brush again. Clean her up. Rinse that white that would probably be already quite watered down, so you don't really have to worry about wetting the brush too much. And just now outline it, just a little bit. Because you'll be filling it in a minute. Okay, so you can go back in with your sponge that you used to move it. Just stick back in there a second. Just fill in the bits you just destroyed. Add a few tiny little strokes of contrast around the mouth. It depends how you want it, if you want it really feathered at the top or just a little bit. Doesn't really matter. And I'm just gonna quickly go over this bit here. Now here comes the fun part, eh? Wait for this to dry. Already dried, looks good. Now we're just gonna get one of these and dip right into a nice black colour. Be a good idea to wet the brush. Just nice black, put as much on there as you can. And just do that a couple of times. Okay, just gotta little line down there. And if you don't like how that turned out, then you can just grab a brush, add some water on it, add some white, fix that up. Ta-da! So, what do you guys think? I think it looks about right. I think I'm just going to add a tiny bit more white around here, sort out these guidelines, and I'll be ready to give you the full reveal. And ta-da! What do you think? So I am absolutely covered in everything. The table's destroyed. Whoops. So I'm gonna get my ears and tail on and I'm gonna get ready to do the video.
I have actually got a tail.
Let's fit it on.
Hold on, let's do this. The dog watches. Tail! Tail there, there is a tail.
Right, we'll see you guys in a minute after we film.
Bye!